Hashem, Rock Dash, double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught me this truth. I ain't gonna play the video, but you see the headline. Iran digital food rationing rolls out using biometrics IDs. Alright, so Iran is rolling out the ID. You gotta have a digital ID in order to buy food. Alright, this is Revelations chapter 13, and I'm gonna start at verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man may buy or sell save he that have the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. Alright? So no one's gonna be able to buy or sell except the person who got this mark. Alright? Because right now, like he was saying, how they starting out in Iran, that you can't get the food for the cheap prices without the biometric ID. Right? You can still buy food, but you can't get it for the cheap prices without it. And pretty soon we know it's gonna escalate into you can't buy food at all without that ID. And you see, this is one of the countries that hates Babylon the Great. There's prophesied in the Bible to destroy Babylon, and they starting with the mark, putting it out now too. All right, so this is how you know that this is going to go out across the whole world. All right, now the punishment for taking this mark. All right, Revelations the 14th chapter, 9th verse. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast in his image and receives his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he should be tormented with fire and brimstones in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Right? So anyone that take this mark, you know they're gonna get caught up in that lake of fire. Right? In the presence of the fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahweh. Right? And the smoke of their torment shall ascend up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name. Alright, so this is telling us, to stay away from this mark, right? And we know it's going to be hard because they're going to make it seem like, this is the only way to eat. And that's why people are going to have to learn to become, not so dependent on the government again. And of course, we know that things like this is what's going to lead to all hell breaking out nationwide, all around the world. All right, because there's going to be a lot of people who just ain't gonna be with this, right? So it is definitely coming. It is definitely here. And at this point, if somebody still doesn't know what the mark is, I mean, I don't know what to say at this point because I know they say to know the Lord blindness, but I mean, it's no longer a future thing. I mean, this thing is here. This is Habakkuk 2 and 2. And the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run and read it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it was sure to come. It will not tarry." And we see right now this vision is coming true right at this very moment, right? It's definitely not tarrying now, right? So digital ID for foods, and we see that we've been seeing the commercials and things about the Amazon grocery stores here in the state. I mean, the mark is here, right? Now we just at the point to where we waiting for them to force it on the people, so that All hell can break loose. We have the uprising, and then eventually, you know, Babylon the Great will be destroyed. Right, right, and it's just time for the Lord's people to break away from their ways. Right, should nobody, they every time something come out, they many, um, things we can't talk about. Stab. Someone's gonna say that we can't talk about because every time something come up, they want to experiment on you. They ways, they philosophy with alphabet lifestyle. Can't go into detail about. It's time to come out of all of it. All right. This is Revelations, the 18th chapter, 4th verse. All right. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that you receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached up unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquity. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled for her double." So this is saying America, Babylon the Great is going to have to give back double what they did to everybody else. Right? And you best believe they remember what they did to everybody else because that is what has got them so nervous. All right? Because when you tell them they got to get double and they think about all the wrong that they have did to the other nations, all right? And especially the 12 tribes of Israel, northern and southern kingdom, getting double of that, that's terrifying to the Edomites. All right, this is Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, 6th verse. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, and he will render unto her a recompense. All right, so the Lord said this is the time of his vengeance. 7th verse. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken the whole wine, therefore the nations are mad. Because every white tries to accept this democracy and live this Babylonian lifestyle is only lives to death and destruction. Alright, 8th verse. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take bond for her, for her pain. If so be, she might be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto the heavens and is lifted up even to the skies. So this is that that all the wrong that Babylon did is stacked up high and high. All right, and with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.